Hi, this is the last video for chapter 4 as far as the chapter itself. And I'm not talking assignments. So this is going to cover objectives 4 and 5. And we're beginning on page 132. And at the top of page 132 is the title Comparing Rich and Lean Communication Channels. And from richest meaning the best to the leanest meaning, okay. And so there's 10 of them. The first one is face-to-face conversation. Again, pay attention to these charts and graphs. Richest medium, best for being persuasive, bad news, or personal messages. You will need to remember this. All right. Two telephone, best choice when two people cannot meet in person. Number 3 is video chat. Number 4 is email. Number 5 is instant messaging, short online. 6 is using a letter. 7 is a memo. 8 is a blog. 9 is a report. And 10 is a wiki. So employ expert writing techniques such as incorporating audience benefits, the you view, conversational but professional, positive and courteous, bias-free language, plain language, and vigorous words. So spotlighting audience benefits. Focusing on the audience sounds like a modern idea, but actually one of America's early statesmen and authors recognized this fundamental writing principle 200 years ago. Ben Franklin observed, to be good, it ought to have a tendency to benefit the reader. Okay. Always stress the benefit to the audience of whatever it is you're trying to get them to do. If you can show them how you're going to save them frustration or help them meet their goals, you have the makings of a powerful message. Remember, what's in it for me with them? Adapting your message to the receiver's needs means putting yourself in their shoes. It's called empathy. Empathetic senders, you, think about how a receiver would decode, hear, and interpret the message, and try to give something to the receiver. They try to give something to the receiver, solve the problems, or save the receivers. Uh, okay. We'll come back to page 133 here in just a minute. Or save the receiver's money, or just understand the feelings and position of that person. Which version of each of the following messages is more appealing? A sender focus or the audience focus? If you haven't caught on yet, you want to do the audience focus, focusing on the other person, not you. If you're focusing on you, let's just read this short one. Our warranty becomes effective only when we receive an owner's registration. Okay. If you're focusing on your audience, and I call it playing nice in the sandbox sometimes, your warranty begins working for you as soon as you return your owner's registration. Do you see the different tones? Sender focus. We're proud to announce our new real-time virus scanner that we think is best on the market. Audience. Now you can be sure that all your computers will be protected with our real-time virus scanner. Okay, that's the difference. Now we're going to stop here and go back a page. 133. You got tired of me talking to you. Applying expert writing techniques to improve an email message. This is just as valuable as the other little thingies that we're having. This is focusing on the sender. Presents ideals negatively. Penalty must not drive. You will not be limited, will not be forced. I mean, come on. And assumes drivers will be male, so that's kind of biased. It uses unfamiliar words. Aforementioned stipulates entice. Doesn't use plain English or conversational tone pertaining to, herewith, facilitating. Okay, come on, guys, be real. Now, a revision. Want to earn a full day off with pay, reduce the stress of your commute, and pay a lot less for gas? You can enjoy, okay, bullets. See, there wasn't any bullets up here. Bullets, full day off if you maintain a 75% participation rate. Van pool subsidy, preferential parking. Why not help the environment reduce your gas bill? Okay, so it's kind of up here. And enjoy other perks by joining this program. See the difference in the tones? Okay, this is improving an email message. Big difference. Which email message would you prefer to get? Okay. Now, developing the U view. Many of the previous audience focused messages included the word you. In concentrating on receiver benefits, skilled communicators naturally develop the you view. They emphasize second person pronouns instead of first person pronouns. So here's first person, here's second person. Let's just read this middle one. I need your account number before I can do anything. Would you mind giving me your account number so I can locate your records and help you solve this problem? Which one do you like the best? Um, Consider this statement. You cannot return merchandise until you receive written approval. The word you appears twice, but the reader may feel singled out for criticism. Customers may return the merchandise with written approval. Okay, really better. And then we're on page 135. Sounding conversational but professional. To project a professional image, you want to sound educated and mature. The overuse of expressions is totally awesome, you know, and like, as well as unnecessary abbreviation, i.e. texting. A lot of people are using texting as you write formal or professional information. BTW for by the way, I just happen to know that. Someone told me a while back. Go ahead and smile like I've told you before. You can go ahead and smile at me or even laugh. Make a business person sound like a teenager. Professional messages do not include texting style abbreviations, slang, sentence fragments, and chit chat. All right. Unprofessional, low level. Okay. Bad mouth, guts, pecking order, ticked off, rat on, rip off. If we just hang in there, we'll snag the contract. Conversational is criticize, nerve, line of command, upset, inform still. If we don't get discouraged, we'll win the contract. Formal, denigrate, courage, dominance, hierarchy, provoked, betray, whatever that word is. If the principals persevere, they will secure the contract. Truthfully, I'm not quite sure what they're trying to show you on that one. That's going to go too far. There we go. I'm not going to go over all of these. There are several pages of it, but I'm going to point out a couple of them. Unprofessional. Hey boss, Great 8 News, firewall now installed, BTW, check with me before announcing it. Mr. Smith, our new firewall software is now installed. Please check with me before announcing it. And I'm sorry, I have to include this one too. Look, dude, this report is totally bogus and the figures don't look kosher. Show me some real stats. Got sources? Because the figures in this report seem inaccurate, please submit the source statistics. I know what you might be thinking, that this is probably the boringest thing in the world, but it's much more professional. Overly formal, so it's too much the other way, and conversational. Being positive rather than negative. Positive wording tells what is and what can be done rather than what isn't and what can't be. For example, your order cannot be shipped by January 10th. Is not nearly as informative as your order will be shipped by January 15th. Yeah, don't tell me what can't be done. Tell me what is going to be done. Negative versus positive. You failed to include your credit card number, so we can't mail your order. We look forward to completing your order as soon as we receive your credit card number. Okay. Just go through these and you kind of look at them. You should probably go, oh yeah. Expressing courtesy. Can't you people get anything right? This is the second time I've written. Please credit my account for $340. My latest statement shows that the error noted in my letter May 15th has not yet been corrected. Employing bias-free language. I think you have an exercise on this or assignments this week. As the boys in the mailroom or the girls in the front office. Got news for you that went out a long time ago. Be cautious about expressions that may be biased in terms of gender, race, ethnicity, age, or disability. Gender bias, female doctor, woman attorney, cleaning woman, as opposed to just doctor, attorney, cleaner. Okay. Office girls as office workers. Racially or ethnically biased. An Indian accountant was hired. That would get you into so much trouble. An accountant was hired. James Lee, an African American, applied. James Lee. It doesn't matter what their race or their ethnicity is. They are a person. Like I said, this could get you and your company in a whole lot of trouble. Any of these right in here can. The law applied to old people. Sally K, 55, was transferred. Literal lady, even though that may be me. I prefer being referred to as a woman. Afflicted with arthritis, suffering from arthritis, crippled by arthritis, has arthritis. Confined to a wheelchair, uses a wheelchair. Also, there's one that they don't mention, and that is when someone has a disability, they are not that disability. And I hear news people do this all the time, and I hear other people do it. I know several people that have a child with disability and say autism, that autistic child. So you're saying, when you say it that way, autistic child, you're saying that that child is defined by their autism. What you should say is that child with autism, if you have to say that at all, as opposed to just saying that child. My daughter, who has a degree in special ed, taught me that. And for a long time, she got mad at me when I goofed. Unfamiliar, interrogate, question, terminate, end. Okay, so this is jargon. Precise but vigorous. This is imprecise. A change in profits, a 25% hike in profits. Think about to identify, diagnose, and analyze. We're in learning objective 5, sharing the writing in teams. When is team writing necessary? When the projects are big, they have really short deadlines, or require the expertise or consensus of a lot of people. A lot of people know how. You're almost through listening to me jabber, except for your assignments. All right. This checklist is just kind of summing things up. Identify the message purpose, select the most appropriate channel, profile the audience, focus on audience benefits, avoid gender, racial, age, and disability bias, be conversational, not professional. Be conversational but professional. Express ideas positively rather than negatively. Use short, familiar words. Search for precise and vigorous words. And then why are team written documents better? Well, there's just more heads into it for processing. Team member working together helps socialize the members. They learn about organizational values and procedures, able to break down functional barriers, and additionally, you get buy-in. How are team written documents divided? Teams may not actually function together for each phase. Typically, team members gather at the beginning to brainstorm. They iron out answers to questions about the purpose, the audience, the content, the organization, and design. And they develop procedures for team functioning. That was back in Chapter 2. So phase 1 of the writing process, teams work together closely as they discuss and establish. Phase 2, members generally work separately when they conduct their research, organize findings, you make assignments. During phase 3, some teams work together to synthesize their drafts. Other teams appoint one person to proofread and edit, and another one to prepare the final document. And then the next page puts things in order. Three phases: pre-writing, drafting, and revising. So pre-writing in team. They work closely together to determine. Team members work separately, and then team members work together to synthesize and edit. What tools are available for team writing? There's email, instant messaging and texting, wikis, track changes and other tools, web and telephone conferencing, Google Docs, which is terrific for teamwork, and other collaboration software. So even in school, Google Docs would be perfect if you guys have a team assignment. team collaboration using a wiki, you can look at this. There you need an administrator, and then you can assign people to do different things. When your teams are preparing a report or presentation and members create different sections, you'll probably be expected to edit or respond to the writing of others. No one likes to be criticized, so make your statement specific and constructive and helpful. Begin remarks with a positive statement. Do you understand the writer's purpose? Is the material logically organized? What suggestions can you make to improve? And make polite statements. And excuse me, some people will be upset no matter what you do, but you can try. And likewise for you, don't be upset if somebody comments on your writing. Using track changes and other editing tools to revise collaborative documents. There's track changes you'll see when I grade some of your work. Some of you may already have when I do review comments. And then the last page of the chapter. Here it's talking about toms again. Remember I've told you before, these are the objectives, and if you're looking for something, this will help tell you where to go if you need to look up for something for objective 1 or objective 2 or objective 3. And just kind of refresh your memory. And the other thing that will help you definitely, one, because it has numbers over here, it also has the objective number here, is look at the questions if you're looking for some specific information for one of the assignments. Okay. All right, this is it for the discussion of chapter 4. I still have to do chapter 5, but I'm going to go over chapter 4 homework in the next video. Okay, homework assignments. All right, so take care.